Alright, y'all. So this right here, this video is about my name, Trel's Vision, and where did I get it from. Now, as y'all already know, I told it multiple times already. I'm gonna tell it again, and I don't mind telling it again. My name is a Trel Bolden. That's my whole government. I know people don't really tell their governments, but I don't mind it. You know, I don't like being called by my government, but you know that's my whole government. I'm sorry, hold on, y'all. I've been enjoying this whole burrito right now. I'm sorry. At this break, I got y'all. Hold on. Okay. So, I really got my name because when I was in my early 20s, I told myself that I want to name myself Trel's Vision, on my main channel, which is this channel right here, right? So, but there's like a deeper meaning why. And this goes into one of my controversial, to me it's a controversial video. And in this video was so difficult to get out because all my life I've been, like everything I said in like this one video, I've been wanting to say my whole damn life and go deep in that duffel bag and dig in the crates with that. But I ain't want to like start name dropping because then if I did, that's gonna cause a whole problem. And I ain't like the one that cause drama with people. I just like to generalize something if I bring it to the internet because I just tired of like, me not getting no type of and like I ain't looking for it, bro. But it's like, bro, it go back to like that. And the video that I'm talking about is the video about me talking about what I believe in and the reason why I want to make this channel and the reason why I picked this channel name and all that. That the reason I got the sole reason why I got Trel's Vision is because at first I was gonna call it Trel Vision, but like there is like a black man with dreads that kind of look like me a little bit, but he's like around my age. It's called his actual all his social media is called Trel Vision. I ran across him one time because like I was like trying to like search everywhere on social media to see if anybody gonna take my name before I even went ahead and did this channel. And I did this like either sometime the beginning of last year or something like that, or the year before. It was something like that. And I only checked them out one time and ran across content. He make alright content, but it ain't to my liking. So I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. But I wish him the best though. You know what I mean? Genuinely wish him the best with everything he got going on. But yeah, the sole okay, I'm about to really get into it. The sole reason why I call my Trel, I am Trel, bro. What you talking about? What's up with me, bro? I don't know, bro. My mind be everywhere. The reason why I call myself Trel's Vision is because I got it on fire. That bill making me suck your damn mama. But yeah, the reason why I call myself Trel's Vision because I feel like all my damn life, bro, I've been like people in my family, in my friend group, even associates, because I'm talking about very like outgoing, don't mind doing stuff with people. And I turned myself into a people person by accident when I was coming up and growing up because, you know, I thought that's what you gotta be in this world. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, my gullible behind had to learn the world the hard damn way, bro. And that led up into me when I was 14. And I don't know how to really censor myself when I say this because I'm gonna just up and say it. And my dad watched my content, so I hope he ain't gonna kick me out the house or whatever, man, and stuff like that. And I hope my mom ain't either, man. But I gotta say this because, like I told y'all on my channel, we keep it. I keep it 1,000 because I want people to know, bro. It's people like me out here that want to make it big, and you know, that actually like wanna, you know what I'm saying, like achieve things, bro. And I hope I don't get demonetized or whatever, but because it was hard for me to learn the subtle art of saying no, hell no, fuck no, nigga, you tripping. I was turning into a follower type nigga in certain friend groups. And about 14 years old through almost 19 years old, what I was doing to cope with this shit, because it was hard for me to come to people about people always manipulating me and using my kindness for weakness, and like me always having like a difficulty of standing on business. Because now I can do it now. I can stand on business now, but like, bro, leading up to like I was 14 through 19, almost 19, I was doing some stuff I ain't got no business doing, and I'm not proud of it. And every time I think about it, I regret fully doing it, bro. And this is like a part of like my ongoing depression about this shit, bro. And Dad, I'm sorry if you see this shit, man, but I gotta say it, man. At one point, and whenever I say this, like I said it to like someone, and they told me, bro, that ain't nothing. But it's like, you don't know, because you can still pass away from doing certain things. And by them certain things, I'm talking about certain type of, I'm trying to find a different word for it, but drugs, right? When I was 14 through 19, and this is like a big confession of mine, man. I got into, and no one persuaded me. I feel like, bro, I was going insane at 14 in my mind when I was like to myself, like alone. A lot of time when I'd be like alone at 14 through 19 almost, bro. It's like I'm fighting. It's like I'm fighting to be happy. Because when I'm around people, I gotta put on an act, you know? Like, and I'm not a two-faced person. I'm gonna just get that out of the way right now. What you see is really what you get, but long as what I'm trying to say, bro, I'm about to get to it, because it's hard for me to say that, bro, because I know my dad watches videos, bro. Watching my videos, man. And I don't want to do nothing about this that I'm about to say. But I got into popping pills. Certain pills I was popping was my depression and anger, basically like Adderall that I would prescribe because I had anger issues and depression and all that when I was younger at 14 years old. And I used to be doing ibuprofens and Advil. Now, I don't know if my parents seen me go through those emotions, but when I was actively doing it, I was not talking. Matter of fact, I was looked down with my head down. Everywhere I went, I always looked down, because I didn't want like people to see me waddling in my shame of me not being able to learn how to say no to people, and for me to stand up for myself. You know, for people to bully me verbally, you know, from people to physically bully me when I was in really elementary school, not really middle school like that, but, and because before like I met my stepdad, I went through certain real traumatic events in my life. I'm talking about like getting touched on that, and I'm gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go in depth with that. Maybe one day I might go in depth with it. You know what I mean? But today ain't gonna be that day, because I'm already saying a lot right now with me talking about popping pills when I was 14 through 19. And at first, I was just popping them, bro, because I was just tired of me feeling like I gotta go to a therapist about literally, I gotta tell them about what the fuck I really been through. Like, and I feel like if I would have told them, but they ain't gonna really understand like the, the whole magnitude of that shit. Cause it's like, in my mind, I always feel like, bro, if you didn't go through that shit, why would I even tell you? You know what I'm saying? And I used to be, and I have like a gift of reading people, and I knew in the back of my mind, if I tell you this shit, you just gonna like tell me, like some surface level, it would get better, or like you could do like a little coping mechanism or like some bullshit, that type of bullshit, bro. Like, bro, man, and I might as well get into it. When I was 6, 7, and 8, I got touched on. I got touched on. And this was before my stepdad came in the picture. This was whenever 6 through 7 through 8, my biological dad was beefing my mom. And again, I want to say this right now because I didn't get to like cover this in one of like my videos I did last night. But Dad, if you watching this, not my stepdad, but Dad, but my real dad, if you watching this, I want to let you know I have no ill will against you. It is that some things I witnessed as a child, I'm into 6, 7, 8 years old, it fucked with me mentally. To the point where it drove me to have like this pent up rage over the years that snowballed into me having anger issues now. But now I know how to cope it through breathing, meditation. I do it every day. Sometimes I get like certain bursts of like anxiety attacks because of it. And certain other things that got certain other problems that I deal with now. And I'm trying to sound Chad, but I wouldn't want to go in depth with it, so sorry open up into a box, man. But just know, bro, when I was 6 years old, we was in Maryland for like a year with my mom and like my other 2 brothers that's younger than me. And I got a middle brother that's born in 2001. Then I got like a youngest brother that's born in 2004. And around that time, while they was beefing and we was living state to state, like in Maryland for a year or 2 or whatever, and back and forth to Tallahassee, Florida, unfortunately, I was put into a very toxic household while along my brothers. My brother Joe, one day he'll tell you if you ever want to come on the channel. Come to find out too, I was talking to Joe, I was rapping about, with Joe, like, and, and like the summer, we talked about a lot of things we didn't never really get to talk about when we was kids, because we didn't think like the other person was going through some of the things, but apparently he went through certain things too. I ain't gonna say what they are, but one day he might tell them. He might tell it. He a changed man. That didn't faze him though, for the most part. Like it fazed me. And unfortunately, because I feel things on like a deeper level, like mentally and physically, I feel things very differently than like the average person. Like I'm a very sensitive person. Like sad wise and happy wise, I'm very sensitive. So to both of those realities, you know what I mean? If y'all like y'all know what I'm saying by that. And the first time, and I ain't gonna lie, I think I got I think I got touched on more than just 3 times, bro. Cause I remember like a 4th time for sure. But and look, I ain't gonna call their names out on who did it, cause I want them to live a great life, bro. And no, I ain't, don't come for me talking about somebody protecting niggas. No, I want them to live a good life, bro. I do, cause I don't blame them, because I did some soul searching. Well, no, I always been like observant and like a deep thinking type of dude, and I always felt like, bro, some of these people that unfortunately be doing this to other kids, they also had it done to themselves on like, you know, on like a parasite type thing going around. And unfortunately, in the black community, bruh, if you from the hood, or if you halfway grew up, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, whoever gonna fact check me and my family, whatever the fuck you want to say, I don't care what you gotta say. I'm gonna tell you, I halfway grew up in the hood. I don't give a damn, and I ain't glorifying, but I remember me being in it, so I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Cause when I was in Maryland and when I was in DC or whatever, we were for sure over there. So I don't give a damn. And then even whenever like we were going back and forth, until I met my stepdad when I was 9, going on 10, we started living, you know, out there in like the country, where it ain't really hood, but you know, it's more so like a nice middle class area. But before that, bro, I was in the hood. I'm gonna be honest. Now I ain't getting into like nothing crazy, but I had crazy things dealing with being touched on as a kid. Wise, you know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, you know, on like some Spider-Man Venom symbiote type junk, that was like a parasitical mind that it brought to my mind too. Somewhere, it's a lot, bro. Cause I don't want to go into deep. I don't want to go into deep about it. Cause I don't want to get demonetized, and I don't want all my family to come for me, and I don't want people to come for me and try to expose me for whatever the hell they think I did or whatever, man. But bro, I'm just a walking testimony story. But like this, I want to like get an actual community going. You know what I'm saying? Cause I really want to help people, bro. Cause and look, even though it seems like I can't help myself, bro, I'm very knowledgeable with giving out sound, real good advice. Know what I mean? Cause I've really been through a lot of shit, bro. I've been through a lot. And I don't sound like I'm raising my voice, but I'm very passionate. You know what I'm saying? And then coming out of pure real, it's really not coming out of anger. I'm just real passionate to get this shit out, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, bro, I don't like going to people about my problems, bro, because it's deeper than like me having a fucking bad day. It's some shit, like, it's like some doors that I went through that people brought me through. It's hard to shake that shit off. Even today, I may be at 25 years old, right now. Like, right now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. My body's shaking, bro, because I'm feeling like a lot of emotions, bro. I don't know how to really end this video off, because I said a lot. I didn't really like follow like the title of the video, because it turned to something different. And I'm gonna keep this shit up, bro, because I want people to know, man, I'm just like y'all, bro. I'm literally just like y'all, but I'm trying to get closer to my higher self every freaking day, bro. So desperately. Cause like every day, bro, I walk around my job, I walk around the crib, even at the crib in my safe haven. I walk around with teary eyes, like filled to the brim every day. Because some shit was done to me, a lot of shit was done to me to where it did like some irreversible damage. You know, like some irreparable damage, whatever like that word is called that I just said. It did some, bruh. It let me on like 1 HP every day, and I'm cosplaying like I'm on 100%, 100% HP every day, but really I'm on 1 HP. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say this to end this whole thing off, cause I feel like I said enough. Mind you, my parents, all of my parents are changed people. 100%. They did a whole 180. You know, my mom is very big in the church now. Her past is her past. She a whole better person, and I love her for that. And I see it every day. She a whole changed woman. My biological dad, whole changed man from like what my brothers be telling me, because he talk to them more than he talk to me. But from what I've been hearing, he's a great man. And even in his bullshit, when he was doing bullshit, he was still a great man. Because he had a lot of foundational moments that I remember me having certain flashbacks about. Like, he taught me about the birds and the bees early, even when I was getting touched on, and I didn't want to tell nobody because I didn't want to get in. And by the way, I was so bad with telling people anything because I feel like I was always gonna get in trouble, because whenever I used to tell my parents or whatever about what I was going through, sometimes I would get like yelled at and shit like that, and how they would yell at me, bro, used to trigger me so bad where I would shell up and I would shut down. But anyway, they change people, bro. I won't change nothing for the world, bro, for my upbringing, because it molded me to who I am today. And I'm glad, and I'm not glad for everything that happened, but I would say this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very thankful that I'm the man I am today, even with all my unfortunate shit that happened to me, even with the flaws. I even credit myself from people doing shit to me, bro. So, to finish this all, man, the real reason why my name is called Trel Vision, because this is my whole life. I'm broadcasting my whole life to y'all niggas, man. And I want to show everybody that I want to help people. Even I'm going through my own shit, I still want to help people, bro. And I don't want to find no Scooby snacks. I don't want to get it because, you know, just to get us some pull, which in Dash XP voice, I don't want to get like no pull, which is some box. You know, like another word for it. I'm not trying to be like no Derrick Jackson type nigga. No nothing. I ain't trying to be like no SIMP. No, none of that, bro. I genuinely want to help people. That's one of like my main things I want to get into. You know what I mean? And I'm very passionate about this shit, bro. I'm very passionate about this shit. Then it's gonna do it, bro. I'm low-key getting like depressed about talking about it. Just a little bit. It's coming in waves, bro. Like, cause I so desperately want to be